you for tuning in to Soul Water Saturday, where your soul never thirsts. My name is Beauty in Bars. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new edition of Soul Water Saturdays. How has everybody's week been going? I hope it's been going awesome. I hope those businesses are flourishing and prospering. I hope that money is literally growing on trees and raining on you guys. I hope that everybody is doing absolutely amazing. But for this week's edition of Saltwater Saturdays, we will continue to talk a little about what we were talking about last week. Last week, I touched on motherhood or parenthood, whatever you would like to classify it as. And I talked about my personal struggles. I asked you guys for your struggles. I got a lot of feedback on the Kingdom Tears TikTok. I got a lot of feedback on what people were struggling with, and I gave them the best advice that I possibly could. And it was really a success, and it was really interesting to hear about other people's struggles and how we all have the same struggles essentially, but we don't always share our experiences, or we don't always reach out to help another person with what they are going through. So for this week's session, I will be discussing what it feels like and experiences that I've had personally when it comes to being looked down on as a parent. Now, have you ever been looked down on as a parent? Have you ever had someone judge you as a parent, judge the way that you're raising your children, or try to tell you how to raise your children, or anything of that nature? If you have encountered that or had that experience, how did that make you feel? For somebody to tell you how to raise your children, or to tell you the proper way to do something, or the proper way to raise your children, or for someone to look down on you and say that you weren't doing things right or you're not a great parent, how did that make you feel? For me personally, as I stated in my last Saltwater Saturday, there is no handbook to know how to raise a child. There are trials, there are tribulations, there are also exciting and extraordinary situations that go on when you are a parent. You have those highs and you have those lows, and every day is a different learning experience when it comes to being a parent. Now, I used to work for daycares for years. I say the first 4 to 6 years of me starting working, which I started at the age of 16, I was working for daycare. So I thought that I knew it all when it came to children and when it came to being a parent, because, when you work for a daycare, you have to go to those classes where you sit in a group of people, and then there is a expert, and they tell you all about children, all about their temperaments, all about what's normal and what's not normal, and what behaviors are acceptable and unacceptable. So you listen to all this and you gain the knowledge, even though it's boring and you may end up falling asleep. And I thought that I knew all there was to know about children. I was great with children when I worked at daycare. They loved me. And I had a goddaughter, which I mentioned, Sasha, that I used to care for as well as her brother Harlem. So, I felt like I was already a mother. I felt like I had it down packed. And when I did have children, I would be an excellent mother. Now, I'm not saying that I'm not an excellent mother, because I believe that I am an excellent mother. I have 4 children of my own. I have a bonus child, and I'm having another child. And I feel like, yes, I make mistakes. Yes, there's things that I need to work on. But I feel like I'm the best mother for these children. And when I first had my first son, Darian, I was 22 years old. And I realized that when I took him home full time and there was no giving him back, that there is a lot to learn about parenting. I learned that I was not as ready as I thought I was. But what is ready? We all think that having children, you're supposed to be ready, you're supposed to be prepared. There is no way to prepare for having children. You don't know how the child is going to act. You don't know how the environment is going to be for the child. You don't know how the child's temperament is going to be, the struggles that they are going to go through. You don't know what their sleep pattern is going to be. You don't know if they're going to be allergic to certain things. You don't know anything. So when people say, I'm prepared or I'm ready to have children, you can never be ready to have children. So, I was doing everything that I could for Darian, and even when it came to my other children when they were born, doing everything that I could, going above and beyond, making sure they're always fed, always dressed, always had clothes and shoes. It didn't matter if I had to go to the Goodwill. It didn't matter if I had to ask people if they had clothes, extra clothes. It didn't matter. The fact is, my children were never without. God always provided a way and always opened the door. But I seem to have people judging me as a parent and telling me that I'm not doing this right, that I should be doing this better, that, I shouldn't have so many kids. But what they didn't understand is, you can look at me all you want to, but I serve a good God. And if God is going to bless me with this child, then God is going to make sure this child is provided for. I've had situations where I've gotten into trouble where, I may have lost the roof that was over my head, but God always made sure that we did have a roof over our head. We were never homeless. There was always a home that we could lay our heads at. I may have had situations where I didn't have money to pay a bill, but God always made sure that that bill was paid. Always. So people say, oh, they look at other people's parenting or they look at other people's lifestyle and they try to say that they're not a fit parent or that they don't deserve to have children or things like that. But you don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Maybe that child or those children don't look the way that you have your children looking. Maybe they don't teach them the way that you teach your children. But if those children are happy, if they're getting good grades, if they're flourishing, if they're in a loving home, then, honey, you're doing a good job. So, yes, my children, they are well behaved. They have manners. I'm not going to say they're not rowdy. They are boys. I have all boys. They are rowdy. They go places and they get rowdy. But my children, if I take them to a restaurant or out somewhere, even by myself, I always get compliments. Oh, your children are so well behaved. Oh, mom, you're doing a good job. And then when I'm with my husband, oh my gosh, your children are so good. Y'all have a beautiful family. I will be sitting there honestly in my own head thinking somebody is staring at us like, dang, they got all these children. And then that person to come up to us like, man, I was just looking at your family, man. Y'all got some well-behaved kids. And I'll be like, dang, look at me. All negative up in my head. Well, like, what they looking at? And they're complimenting my family. So I have to tell you guys, yes, I've been hurt by the stuff that people says or say, but in the end, who cares what anybody else has to say? How do you feel about yourself? How do you feel about your parenting style? How do you feel about what you're doing? How do you feel about the way that your children see you? It's all about what you feel. And if you feel like you're honestly the best thing for these children and that you're doing an amazing job and giving it your all and doing everything that you can to be that parent that your children need, then baby, you're doing a good job. I honestly didn't know that there was an amount of children that you should have or that if you reach a certain amount of kids that you have too many. I take care of each and every one of my kids, each and every one. I wake up to them. I go to sleep to them. I make sure they're fed. I make sure they have clothes and shoes and all of that. Me and dad deal with the children day in and day out, okay? So, one thing's for sure, I may have more than the average person. God has blessed my womb. My womb has been blessed. He has blessed my womb to be able to carry 5 children of my own, and one is still in the womb, but I know that he will be here in November, and he's going to be a new addition to the Johnson. Well, right now it's the Johnson 5 because, as I told you guys, I have a bonus child, so he will be the Johnson 6. So God is amazing. That's all I have to say. And don't ever listen to what everybody else has to say about you. Don't listen to those negative influences, those people that try to put you down and make you feel some type of way. Because if your children love you, you're doing something right. Sometimes people have this cliche idea of what parenting is supposed to be and what it looks like because they've maybe read too many books or looked at too many things on television. They've watched too much Family Matters and um Full House and stuff, and they see those families on there, how everything is always amazing and there's a smile at the end of the day. Let me tell y'all, there is not always a smile at the end of the day. Sometimes I go to bed completely stressed, wanting to pull my hair out and just throw at everything because parenting can be stressful. Sometimes I may not be the nicest person because when you have four little people tugging on you day in and day out, that's pulling energy from you. You might be on 100% when you get out of that bed, be positive, speaking positive affirmations, and just praising the Lord and just knowing that today is going to be a great day and energy at 100. These little people, they come from school or maybe they wake up in the morning and it's just tug, 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 tug. I'm telling you guys, like I said before, I hear mom like 10,000 times a day. They don't ever say dad. It's always mom. Never dad, unless I say, go ask your daddy. That's the only time they will say dad. It's always mom, 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 mom. It's always fighting. It's always arguing. It's always bickering. All of that takes energy from you. By the end of the day, I'm probably at like 20% battery life, okay? So I don't always go to sleep joyous, happy, praising the Lord. My life is not always butterflies and rainbows. I tell you that now. But at the end of the day, I'm thankful for what the Lord blessed me with. I'm thankful for each and every one of my children. And I know more than anybody else knows, I don't need the praise because I know that I'm doing the best that I can at being a parent. I know that nobody's perfect. And I know that there will be things that I will face or that my children feel like I may have been able to do better at. But at the end of the day, I know that I'm putting all of my heart and all of my love into these children. I'm going to raise them to be successful young men. These boys are going to be something amazing. They're going to be a blessing to somebody's daughters one day. They're going to be great husbands, great role models, and complete successes because that's what I'm raising. So as long as you are raising your children to go the right way and you're putting your best foot and best effort forward, that is all that matters. If there's anybody that has anything negative to say about you as a parent and about what you're doing and about how you're raising your kids, you know what you do? Tell them about themselves. And if they continue to cross you and hurt you, then they are people that do not deserve to be in your life. I've had a lot of people in and a lot of people out. Some people are seasonal, some people are a blessing, some people are a lesson. But at the end of the day, if they're going to cause you any stress or disturb your inner peace, then you do not need them. Those kids need positivity, positive energy around them. They need to see their parents happy and joyous and seeking to do better in life. Being positive examples. So if you're giving that to your children and to your household and to your family, I say that you're doing amazing. So that concludes this week's edition of Soul Water Saturdays. I just wanted to go on a little bit of a parenting rant. Let me know what you guys are going through. Tell me if anybody has ever hurt you, if anybody has ever judged you, if anybody has ever put you down as a parent or saying that you weren't worthy enough to have children. If anybody has ever said anything negative to you about parenting or your parenting lifestyle, let me know. Leave me a comment, leave me a message, whatever it is, if it's on TikTok, if it's on Instagram, if it's on Facebook, if it's on LinkedIn, if it's on Twitter, whatever it is, leave me a comment. Let me know what are your current situations that you are going through when it comes to people maybe talking down on you or judging you as a parent. But thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for taking time out of your day to hang with me on this beautiful Saturday. I love you guys so much. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for sharing, for liking, for subscribing, for just being so supportive, for having my back when it comes to Kingdom Creations, when it comes to Kingdom Tears, when it comes to the kingdom. Y'all are the bomb. But as far as the news goes, just really the same stuff right now. So Kingdom Creations is up and running, www.kingdomcreations.com. You can find Kingdom Creations on any social media platform, pretty much, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on TikTok. Kingdom Creations is there. I am still pursuing Kingdom Creations, making my shirts, making those sales, and I do still have the event that's coming up, Thy Kingdom Come, in September. So do not forget, I will keep you guys updated. I sent the invite through Facebook to a lot of people, so make sure to check your invites. If you have any shirt orders, please place your shirt orders. Let me know what you want to see. I will continue to post new creations and continue to upload more creations to the website. Beauty and Bars will also be going back to school next month in September. I will be taking Human Anatomy and Physiology once again. Last time I took it, I dropped it because I got overwhelmed, but this time I am determined to finish. So Beauty and Bars will be a busy woman on top of all of my motherly duties and on top of running a business, but I will continue to do Soul Water Saturdays. Now, I'm not going to say that I'll be doing it every Saturday, but I will be saying, don't forget about Beauty and Bars, because I will be back, okay? So I just wanted to keep you guys updated on that as well. And also, if I do decide to do another Zoom conference, open mic, I will keep you guys updated on that as well. I have not decided if that's something that I want to pursue before the baby comes back. Before the baby comes, sorry. But I have not decided if I want to go in that direction yet, because I will be having this class online. So I will keep you guys updated on that if I will be doing another Zoom conference before the baby comes. But thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for your love. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. And tell the world about Soul Water Saturdays, and tell the world about my mission to save one soul at a time. I love you guys, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.
I know that you love me, so I'm feeling good. Say but not soft, you get that understood. God got me doing things I never would.